For every show that gets picked up, there are about 20 failed pilots. At least. If they are lucky, some of these pilots will resurface on the internet somehow, usually with the creator's involvement. Some are destroyed or buried, not to be seen by anyone. Still, sometimes a lucky anonymous user can just find them with some patience and a bit of luck. Such a find has happened just now. This week, an anonymous 4chan user uploaded an Aladdin's Cave worth of older Disney content. There were over 40 pitch Bibles and at least 20 pilots, all in various stages of completion. Some were just animatics. Some had animatics, but a promo at the end to show what the final product might have looked like, and a select few were completed and ready to go. Many were for products that were finished and serve as a fun look at what could have been. Still, about half of them were discarded, shoved into the Disney vault. Until now. Most of these came from the YouTube channel Derps, link in the description. Not all of them were leaked with this revelation, but they were packaged and marketed together. These shorts vary in quality, and I am here to look at them. In this video, I am going to be focusing on the pilots that didn't make it. The ones that did, we all know how they turned out, and many were similar enough to the final product. You may be more interested to hear about the failures, so this is what I will discuss. Though I will say the original Owl House pilot was something, and had many unique ideas, which makes me wonder what the show would have been like had it stayed on this path. And there was one promising 2-minute pilot about these kids reenacting Mesoamerican mythology in a movie setting, which did not come with a name. It was cool, but since I could not identify it, it was disqualified. On with the show. Beverly Hills Chihuahuas. I haven't seen the movies this is based on, but Beverly Hills Chihuahuas seems kinda cute. 2 chihuahuas doing some crazy antics in a rich person's house is a premise one could milk. The fact they have to protect a rare bird and see it through to safety is a hilarious plot for a pilot and adds to the wacky scenario of this premise. It must have been pitched shortly after the films because it has a late 2000s flash style with heavy saturation and limited movements. Nothing amazing, but I think this could have gone a few seasons. A few ideas were even reused for 101 Dalmatian Street. Club Sandwich. One thing I will say about this pilot is it is unique. A young sandwich named Rye wants to start a disco dance club, leading to the title. He joins some other comestibles, including an ice cream sandwich, a potato chip, and a jelly roll to start the club, but it escalates into wacky adventures including fighting ninjas and robots. At first, it seems like a flimsy plot, like a one-panel Far Side joke stretched to series length. But in seeing it for myself, I got where it was going and was able to appreciate it for what it was. At least it is a clever pun, and I love how Dana Snyder of Aqua Teen Hunger Force fame voices the dad, as a possible homage to how he voiced another food item. At the end of the animatic, there is a fully animated trailer that makes a few slight modifications and shows the beginnings of an arc. This may not be something I would go out of my way to watch, but I at least got the premise and think it could have had potential as a series. Dog and Frog. Dog and Frog is a unique twist on the best friends get into trouble formula. The best friends are brothers, and the brothers have some crazy ideas, and while their ideas backfire, they are usually well intentioned. But the character who really steals the show is their sister Bruce. She's bossy, snappy, and has all the best lines in the short. When Bruce is grounded, the 2 brothers cheer her up with a boat party, and the party goes horribly wrong. Honestly, I love seeing this family dynamic. They do love each other, they are having fun, and unlike regular show, none of the characters are mean or condescending. It's just kids at play having a good time. The fact it has 3 subplots may make it seem a bit overstuffed for 15 minutes, but it puts in a good faith effort, and I would not mind seeing more of it. I guess Disney just had room for one of these types of shows, and it wasn't this one. Oh well. Martian Soap. This is such a creative premise. An Earth girl on Mars rather than vice versa, playing a zero-gravity sport and trying to fit in seems like fun. Such a shame this pilot is so light on jokes and defaults into other teen drama cliches. The main character, Aurora herself, is okay, but the rest of the pilot just feels generic, down to the art style that already seemed 10 years out of date for when this was pitched. It just needed a few more tweaks to be something. Mega Whoosh. Seems like Disney Channel's answer to regular show. It's a cartoon about dumb brothers in a mundane situation made fantastical, with an overdue video game rental taking the form of the Grim Reaper. The rest is just shenanigans and a few chance encounters. I would like to know when this was made because it feels like it's about 15 years out of date, and in a slew of similar shows, this does little to stand out. Some jokes landed, but I do not feel compelled to watch it again. The Rapscallions. Of all the shows in the leaks, this is the one I am most disappointed was not picked up for a series. It has fun humor, a memorable cast of characters, and a unique premise. The notion of a thrill-seeking, paranormal investigating family is one that would instantly sell, and each family member has distinct names and personality. I instantly recognize Kate McCucci and Chris Parnell in major roles. I guess Disney felt they had a market for other action shows, and this didn't fit their brand. Shame. Maybe if Disney XD had lasted longer, it would have caught on. Now the pilot is out, so I hope it finds an audience. Shred Force! Unlike most of these pilots, the watermark says when it was made, 2012. It does seem to follow the regular show formula of two losers doing extraordinary things, but this one does have a decent gimmick. These two kids play guitar. They're part of a secret society which controls these magic guitars. The animation is lively, fluid, and colorful, giving it a distinctive look at least. And the world building is pretty interesting too, seeing how their guitars and how their music powers work. The use of licensed music through the Fire and Flames by Dragon Force namely would have cost a fortune, but if this had been picked up, it would have been a hit. This is the closest we can get to a Glory Hammer cartoon. Thunderbeards. This is technically an older leak, but I did not see it at the time, so I'm counting it here. It's a hilarious pilot about the titular family of Vikings trying to lay siege and do Viking things in the modern day. A boy and his sister are excluded for the reason they don't have beards. Of course not, and through sheer dumb luck and buffoonery, they somehow manage to succeed in all their battles. Having them do all these antics and engage in slapstick is rewarding, and all the characters are endearing with unique, clever designs. It gave the most laughs of any of these for me, though they had to have known all the beard puns would have made for some innuendos. I could see this one running for a while. Very important house. You've heard of Loud House, you've heard of Owl House, some of you may even know Wolf House. So the latest addition to the Blank House franchise is, or would have been, Very Important House. The best way I can describe it is Uncle Grandpa meets Gravity Falls with a little of Haley's on it. A kid named Rowdy and his cat named Grandpa are tasked with fulfilling the desires of the universe by living in a house at the center of it all. Everything from alien invasions to dance parties jeopardizes them. I was surprised how dark this show got in its first episode, where the blob dissolves people and it shows bones. And he's not even redeemed at the end. He's still the same murderous blob, just with a vocation that calls for such a creature. The show was co-created by Jonan Vasquez, best known for Invader Zim, but he also pitched Randy Cunningham, 9th Grade Ninja, around the same time. I guess Disney decided to go with the safer option. I can see the show working, just not on Disney Channel. It would be better as a webtoon where Jonan could be his own boss and go all out with the darker elements. Here are my rankings for each pilot. I ranked both on personal enjoyment and how well it would work as a series. In both cases, Rapscallions won. It is possible I missed something because there's so much given in the leaks, so let me know what I overlooked. Also, I did not cover the Disney variety show because I saw that one before this batch of leaks. It is pretty funny, but outside the purview of this video. Let this be a lesson to all of you. Lost media always turns up where you least expect it, when you least expect it, and in the strangest of ways. Never take it for granted. Every piece of lost media has a story, and it is a good thing these stories are now being heard.